Guys. This update is so good. This update is so good. So hi there. Do subscribe to the channel. We have really no idea what Mojang are up to, and this is such a pleasant surprise. This is snapshot 5 of 26.2, and look how many TNT sulfur cubes I've got leashed on this thing. I have like 1,000, I think. Just over 1,000. So as I fly over this village, I'm going to show you guys how to pull this off. A little later in the video, this is not the only thing they added. Surprise, surprise. These are geysers, or geysers, if you're American.
Geysers.
They do a whole lot, and they're a lot of fun. Let me show you how they work. So you place a magma block down, and then a potent sulfur, and then you add a water source. And that explains why this block is a block entity, because they store a lot more information than you might originally assume. After a few seconds, you're going to notice a plume of steam shoot up from the geyser, like that. And now there's a lot of timing involved with this. With one water block, they shoot a total of 5 blocks up. If you have 4 water blocks, they shoot up 20 blocks. So you can see here, this is 20 blocks up vertically. This one is going to shoot up all the way here to where the redstone block is. And you can see what I've been doing. If you're on stream, you can see exactly what I've been doing this whole time. You can kind of guess from that destruction there. So they support 1 to 4 water blocks, and the more water blocks you have, the higher they shoot. Before we test that, let's go to a regular world. So here is a sulfur spring. Unfortunately, you can see they're still kind of small, but there is a sulfur geyser here that you could not have possibly been able to tell because you can't really see the magma cube underneath. If there's one water block above it, it's about 15 to 30 seconds. We just have to wait, and there we go. Now, this is not always the case. You can see there is a potent sulfur here, but underneath there is no magma block. This may indeed end up changing, but we don't really know for sure right now. I still think there are plenty of environmental changes they can make to this biome, but as for right now, that's not the focus. Alright, so if I grab the block data of this block, it's the potent sulfur that stores all of the information regarding the geysers. There is dormant time, countdown, and eruption time. So if I just grab it again, you can see the countdown resets to the value that was here. This is the equation that determines how long it takes for an eruption to happen. You can tell that the more water blocks you place above the potent sulfur, the longer it takes. Eruption time is, of course, how long the eruption lasts. So if I set the dormant time to 0, then this eruption lasts forever. There is a little bit of a delay every time it resets, but it basically happens the entire time. So if there are 4 water blocks above it, you need to set the dormant time to -30 to account for the longer duration. Otherwise, you can just set the eruption time to -1, and then it's just going to erupt infinitely. Now, this is fun because this is basically an air column. It's pretty strong. It's not very strong. I tried it with Elytra, but you got to remember that this doesn't happen all the time. The eruptions are infrequent, although predictable. Now, because I'm being pushed vertically, this works with any entity as well. So if I drop a block in there, that gets shot up as well. They also work with boats, so they get launched vertically as well, like this, and then you can travel. Okay, so let's try some wings. So I just set all of their dormant times to -30. If I just speed up the game, they'll all go now. Alright, so the tick rate is now 20. You can see all of them are constantly active and firing. So if I just fly over here, watch my Y value, I get shot up about 15 blocks if I do it correctly, but this is not survival mode friendly now because I've just made them constantly fire. That's not what actually happens. So you can set up like a lot of them, and then hopefully you can get a bit of a lift, like a paraglide. You can have a lot of them just set up all over your world, and eventually you can get enough lift to actually go a fair distance. One really awesome thing that works here is that this is completely waterlog functionable. I'm going to stand on the copper grate and watch myself get shot up just like that. The most obvious application for this is waterfalls. Here's a naturally spawning one, and to make this look a little better, you can do the following. Set up a few over here, make sure these are full water blocks, and now we have custom particles. Unfortunately, this would look a lot better with a larger waterfall, because this would mean the splashes will look far more realistic. But obviously, this is not what it's meant to be used for. And that is my segue to the Sulfur Cube TNT. The one feature we've all been asking for has now been added. You can now put TNT inside a Sulfur Cube. There's a lot you can do with this. So first of all, I'm going to demonstrate what happens if you put a Sulfur Cube TNT on a geyser. So we'll do this, and that's going to get shot up to the redstone block, and you can punch it. And there is your launcher. So you can ignite it with a flint and steel, like this. As demonstrated, you can ignite it with a redstone signal, like this. They also get ignited when one of them explodes adjacent to another one. So that's going to get pushed and that's going to explode. You might think that once it's ignited, you can grab it with a bucket to save yourself, but you cannot. You can obviously do this just to neutralize the explosion. So the bounciness value of the Sulfur Cube is 0.5, so it's okay. It has an air drag and friction value of 0.3, so it does get stopped quite a bit. It's a little heavy. We'll just turn this on. That's going to make it really bouncy now. Now it's gonna vibe. We can chuck a Nimbus potion at it, and then it's just gonna be like a moving TNT. another reason why they should absorb infinite invisibility. The general hope the community had with these guys is that they would explode on impact if they had TNT inside them. What they've done here is a lot better because we don't want these guys to randomly absorb a TNT block in the ground and then explode, thereby griefing people's bases. So really what they've done here is a lot safer, but I think is the better option. And yes, they do work with multi-shot crossbows. So now back to this. The controlled chaos of having 1,000 sulfur cubes with TNT leashed to a single happy ghast is exactly what we've desired all this time. So I've already done this amount of chaos to the village. If you want to leash all of them to the ghast, you just need to find the UID of your existing happy ghast and then modify the leash argument. You can find the UID of the happy ghast with this. And then after you've spawned your 1,000 sulfur cubes with TNT, just fly over to an existing... Oh, this ghast is so slow. Let's make it faster. No! Okay, so I have about 1,000 sulfur cubes leashed to this single happy ghast, and you might think all you have to do is shear them and then they'll just explode on impact. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's still very simple to pull off, and this is what you do. All you really need is a flame bow. You can alternatively fly through a ring of fire or a ring of redstone blocks. But I think this is the safest way. We use this village over here. So we stand up, we get our flame bow, we ignite one of them. You hear that sound, shear all of it, and that would detonate every single one. You can see the chain reaction as each TNT sulfur cube ignites each adjacent one. And that, my friends, is the level of destruction capable in this latest update. Now, you have the option also to just lay them out here on the ground as well. Now, there are about 4,500. I may be carrying about 50% of that. I really don't know how many I'm carrying. I think what I'll do is I'll just drag them up a little bit. I will not settle them over the village. There's kind of no point. But here we go. I've got my shears on my flame bow. Stand up, sneak over, ignite, and then shear them all. We'll have to see how responsive this is. I don't know. I don't know which one's ignited. I think it's those ones over there. This is gonna be very bad. Uh-oh. Is my ghast gonna survive? How did my ghast survive that? Do you guys not know what just happened? They're just going about their day. This is now an S tier update. It might be the best one yet. I don't know. I loved every single moment when I did this on stream. Oh no. Frick. Oh my god. This is an update. Fellas, the meta is absolutely phenomenal. I think there are a few tweaks it can still use, like redstone sulfur cubes, the flying machines, the zip lining, but I think this makes up for all of it. Test it out yourself, find new ways to use it. Movable blocks, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.